Today we're going to be speaking about traffic in radio and commercial breaks. In broadcasting, traffic is the scheduling of broadcast program material and in particular advertisements during the broadcast day. There's a vital link in radio between sales and earning money and the advertisement and commercial break space we have available, and traffic is what keeps it all organized and running at the right times. This affects our commercial breaks at KWLP because although we operate as a community station, we are a commercial station, and our goal with Tribal Council is to be 20% self-sustaining. So selling advertisements is important. It also, when we do advertising for trade, results in getting incentives for the volunteer hosts, so y'all should be motivated about that too. If you take a look at the general show plan, I'm going to zoom in on that. Okay, there are always going to be 3 commercial breaks in KWLP programming. This happens if shows are running on autopilot, and it's imperative that volunteer show hosts follow that pattern as well. They fall at approximately the quarter hour every hour. So that's at about 15 after, at about a half hour, and about 45 after. It varies a little depending on how much you're talking and how long your songs are. In the commercial breaks, we have it listed that you need to play all of station IDs or show IDs at the beginning and end. That's part of the talk sandwich philosophy that we'll be talking about another time. PSAs, which are public service announcements, an event promo, a show promo, and then ads. Now, these are not optional. Under certain circumstances, we will allow show hosts not to play ads. For instance, we don't play advertisements during the gospel hour because that's just not consistent with the philosophy of that program. And if your show is going long and it's something really special, we might cut out a show promo or an event promo, then next a PSA, then finally an ad. But the ads are the most important part of those commercial breaks. So that's the pattern for the commercial breaks at about 15 minutes after the hour and about 45 minutes after the hour. The commercial break at the half hour is a little bit different. That's where we want you to always include the community calendar and the Wallapai word and phrase of the day. The Wallapai word and phrase of the day is weekdays only, not if you have a Saturday show. And a station feature promo. What a station feature promo is a spot that gives the listeners information about the radio station or promotes the radio station. That's where we run the spots about our contests and about volunteer of the month and how to be a volunteer and that type of thing. So station feature promos go at the half hour, just one of them, along with community calendar, Wallapai word and phrase of the day. And if we have a lot of advertisements, we also want you to play at least one advertisement at the half hour. Be sure and look at the posts on the Facebook volunteer group page, because if we have any special instructions for you about traffic, that's where I'll be posting it, as well as sending you emails. So that you know the difference between our acronyms and labels during the commercial breaks, the station ID is a peach drop. That's something that just identifies the station. The show ID is the liners that we make that identify you and your show. And those can be interchangeable at the beginning and end of the station ID, the commercial break, I'm sorry. The PSA is a public service announcement, and that's something that gives general information about subject matter that's educational and informative in nature, and it can run for an indefinite period of time, or it might be for a given month, like if there's public service announcements during Alcohol Awareness Month, or we have some that are seasonal, like that refer to certain sports, and we change those in and out all the time, but they can run for any period of time and they're very generic. Event promos are spots, brief information about events or activities that are coming up in the community. And they're usually limited to a much briefer period of time and very specific to the event or the activity or the service. They run for a week or 2 weeks or sometimes a month. Show promos are a spot that promotes other shows. So if you're hosting your show, you don't play the show promo for your show. That would be played another time, and it's telling listeners, hey, these are shows that are going to be coming up other times and days on the station. You might be interested in them. My rule of thumb is that if I'm playing a show promo, I choose to play the promos for the shows that are coming up later that day or the next day. Or that are the same genre of music. And, we leave that up to the discretion of the show hosts. And you can, if you're running out of time, if your show is going to go over again, you can skip show promos. You can then next skip event promos, then next skip public service announcements. But the advertisements, don't skip advertisements. We need to have one at least in every break. Right now, we have so many advertisers because our sales staff is doing an amazing job that we need to be playing 2 to 3 every commercial break in order to meet our commitments to those advertisers.